All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome, one and all. Hope you're all doing well. Just getting myself sorted here. Alrighty, guys, time to get this show on the road. As always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session, ladies and gents. I hope we're all doing well, and I hope you've all had a good week so far on and off the charts. It's been a bit quieter this week. While I've been on the charts, there hasn't been a great deal of movement, but nonetheless still up for the week. Had a trade yesterday, obviously, during the Asian session, which was a win. Was some nice entry or two today, but not while I was really present, well, actively looking at the charts. But anyway, guys, let's get into it, because there potentially could be an option moving forward here on the gold in just under 7 minutes time. So I want to get cracking into the analysis, and let's quickly look at the news though, just to see if there is anything of significance to come during our stream here today. And some high impact news for the Aussie. So nothing scheduled, no. So that's all right, all good, all clear. Let's have a look into MY. All clear into MY. Got some board members speaking later on. FOMC board members, be a little bit weary of that. Otherwise, guys, you know the drill. If you could smash that like button and ask if you have any questions, any charts you'd like me to look at, feel free to pop those into the chat and I'll get to you all shortly. Let's get cracking. Looking at the gold weekly. So we've had that lower week and we are now trending again back bullish, strong bullish on a weekly candle. Let's look at it on the daily time frame now. Rejection, strong rejection at previous daily, but look what we tapped into, guys. We tapped into the recent resistance that we have broken out of, and we literally bounced straight off it. Current daily traded a low week, pulling back to a level on the 4 hour, bounced off that, and now looks like we're heading back up towards the previous daily candles high. Now having a look at it on the 4 hour time frame here, and as I mentioned, still technically bearish, but the micro trend within the trend is bullish, so we can use that obviously in our favor. We're just going to mark in this as the most recent support for the time being. As far as resistance, we just popped through one. Next one is up back at the current weekly candles high. Current weekly candles high. Anyway, on to the 15, and what we can see is structurally that has flipped bullish. So we are bullish in the 15. We are now retesting the zone we have broken out of. So what I'm going to do is mark in this whole area as the most recent support formed on the 15-minute time frame. Again, we popped above a resistance, which was the daily high at that point, pulled back to it, and now we're forming potentially support above it. What I do like about it is too, we did literally pull the way back down to the support to bounce off it. So guys, what I'm looking at straight off the bat is potential buys from this potential confirmation here on the 15. So within the 15-minute candle, let's go down to the 5-minute time frame. We've got minor resistance here in the 5-minute. So I would say if we can now flip and close back bullish on the 15 here, and above that point, which is the 5-minute, the bodies of the 5-minute candles that confirm the resistance here to the left, then I will be looking for a buy in the next 4 and a bit minutes. So I'm just waiting for that confirmation just now. We'll wait and see. If it doesn't present, what this suggests to me is we've had consecutive candles with long upper wicks. This closes week bullish, then I do believe there's a high probability we could come back down to that support. Not interested in taking that trade. Already tapped into the target. I'm a little bit concerned that we may just briefly create a lower low and then pop back up. So I'd rather look for the buys from the current level. So that would be the plan. I mean, we'll see how it closes. Otherwise, what we're going to do is mark in that most recent resistance form within the current daily candle. So we've got that level there. Above it, we have some clean traffic to the left. So if we were to pop back up to retest the Asian range high, obviously what I'm going to be looking for is for a price to tap in back into it, begin to pull away from it, and we're moving into clean traffic to the left. So I'd be definitely considering my buys above the current daily candles high. Otherwise, guys, sells, what I'd like to see is if price did actually come back down to this support, we have consolidated at that level during the Asian session, expecting another resistance here to the left hand side, confirming the structure flipping the M15. Now if we were to come back down, consolidate yet again, and flip the structure back bearish in the M15, moving back into the range below, and we've got some clean traffic to the left, And that to me could signal another or a deeper pullback towards that 51.40 region. So off the back of that, I would be considering my options to take a sell. So that is pretty much the quick wrap up on the gold. We've got the analysis out of the way. We may consider some sells from the resistance if it does pop back up and reject, but we'll have to wait for that, wait and see. That remains to be seen. But that is pretty much what I'll be looking at, guys. So in the next 2.5 minutes, we want this candle. They're not closing back above this horizontal. That is a 5-minute level of resistance. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll have a look at German 40 afterwards. What I'm going to quickly do is let my team in, send them a link. All right, link is posted. Big updates to the group as well. I'm really looking forward to all those updates. Yes, Jamie, if you're on the stream. Yep, Josh, thank you for that. I just read that after I typed that in. Yeah, so definitely looking at the break and retest here. It's not a trade, to be honest, that doesn't really seem to eventuate often on the charts. I usually get involved in the zone to zone, which pretty much would have been valid here as well. The break and retest, just when I'm on the charts, doesn't tend to present often, but we may have one here shortly. So just need to wait a little more than a minute. Now I need that confirmation. I want this count to close stronger. So I've set out the level, guys. As far as the entry point, having such problems with MagicKeys. I'm not sure if anyone else has had problems of late. I don't want to turn on properly. Eventually it turns on, it tends to lag. 51.94.54 is the high of this candle. 51.94.85. But again, first things first, I want this to close stronger. In the next 30 seconds, we need to pop up a tad higher. I'll get to you guys shortly, and then we'll have a look at the other charts here, German 40, and anything else as per request. So let's just, doesn't look like it's going to happen. All right, so it looks like we're going to close back weak bullish. Let's have a look at the FEB to determine exactly how weak it is. Above the 0.382, so it's not weak enough for any sort of sell if it breaks. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to chill for the time being. Maybe we'll watch it a bit in the 5 as well. So the 5 doesn't look bad. That, I believe, would be the next option. What we do have at least is a 15-minute candle bullish prior to looking for an entry. So now if the 5-minute perhaps can do this without making a move, then I would also still consider that an entry. So that's the next thing we're to wait on, guys. So keep an eye on that. In the meantime, let me quickly take a look at German 40. I've rearranged the list here. Saves or not is another story. I've got issues with that as well. Got lots of issues. Anyway, German 40, let's have a quick look at it. To me, it's a chart I've seen earlier. We're just stuck in consolidation. It's pretty strong consolidation. I'd be waiting for price to push away from it and looking for options either side of it. That's pretty much it on German 40. It's not doing really anything at the minute. So perhaps will in shortly with the Frankfurt Open, it may make a bit of a move. But otherwise, what we can see on German 40, let's just quickly remove the drawings. The weekly is still forming bearish with that inside bar candle, daily inside bar candle, previous daily, again, forming support. We're at the high of it, high probability could continue back up. 4 hours just choppy, really choppy, but we're hovering above a resistance here. So that may suggest the next move could continue bullish as long. So obviously if we remain above it, there's a high probability we'll continue bullish. Let's pull up drawings just quickly now and have a look at it on the 15. So it is very choppy, so that's hence the reason why I'd rather wait for price to clear this mess and look for options either side of it. That's just briefly German 40. And yeah, let's have a good one, team. Let's focus on the gold. All right, who we got here today? Michael Hughes. Good day to you, my loyal YouTube member. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you had a good day. Very mild day here in Melbourne. Quite nice for a change, to be honest. Actually, I shouldn't say that because soon enough it's going to be winter and be back to freezing. Franco, good morning to you, brother. Hope you're feeling better. Lau, good day to you as always. Some of us gone lens. Always good to have you on the stream. Risk and relax. Yep, nice one. Yep, likes. Important to get the likes up early. Thanks. Good morning to you, mate. Anyone else out there, don't be shy to say g'day. Again, it does help with the algorithm to let people know that my content is, you know, engaging. So, watching the 5-minute time frame here. What's going on in the team? Big updates to the swing trade and intraday trade section. The group today posted a whole heap of charts. What I'm looking at, there are a few which are closing in on potential entries. GA is possibly a little bit off though. GJ is definitely getting close. GJ probably has to go to the top of the list just now. Yeah, GJ is looking fantastic. If you can just pop up that tad bit higher, so I'm focused on that for potential longer term trade. But anyway, back to gold because we're about to close the 5. Again, guys, we want to be above. Alright, so it's not closing above on this candle, by the looks of it. No, so we need to wait another 5 minutes. Alright, just gonna show you guys something, the power of the interruption entry. Before today's stream, and I didn't take it, I was off at that point, taking a bit of a break before the stream. Price, obviously it broke out. I know one of my members, Josh, well done, mate, took the breakout, and yeah, nice trade. And also what price did though was dump straight back down to the what we call the cluster interruption, which is in the course. It's all there. What to look out for the cluster interruption candle. It literally tapped into it, yeah, a deeper into it, so you would have had a bit of drawdown, but look at it since 30-minute and 15-minute cluster interruption, and that is all there in the course. So had I been on the charts, I would have taken it. I just didn't expect this to happen, so I didn't personally have it lined up. To my members, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what I've been working on today later. Very impressive. Did record a heap of content as well. Probably about 8 videos or something. So that's all for the new course. Paul, good day to you, mate. Hope you're well. Have a look at silver as well. Silver, there's a 30-minute interruption, cluster interruption down here at 89.578. I actually like that. There was one which here would have been phenomenal if it tapped into. So what I like about this one is it lines up at the resistance which price had broken out of, similar to gold, but this one's actually at the resistance. Gold was back below it, almost tagged in, almost, but not quite. All right, let's see. Is gold gonna give us the confirmation in just over 2.5 minutes? So I need to wait for the close. Because what we're doing right now, we're just consolidating. So if I was to take anything on impulse, the concern is that it could just get tagged in and dragged. So tagged and dragged is what we call it, which is pretty much what it's doing just now. Popped up and pulled back. So they're the worst ones where you get tagged in, and it's happened before where you literally get tagged in and just dumped and goes towards the stop loss. They're the worst trades. Can't do much when it tags and drags. So the best way to avoid a tag and drag is to wait for, first of all, for the confirmation. So the confirmation in this case is the close on the 5 minute above this minor resistance. That is how you guys, ladies and gents, can avoid the tag and drag. You're in Sydney and down, is it King Street? Sure, I can avoid the drag there, but another story. It's under a minute, guys. Let's see. Has to close above that horizontal. Could be a quick one too, so you need to be on the ball. So we want it to close above it. Then we want a low wick, and then we look to enter as it breaks the high of what will be the catalyst, if it is to be this candle, which doesn't look like it will be. Sunboss Golden Lens? No. Way too much noise. I'll look at it in a minute and I'll show you why. So just make sure this doesn't close above, otherwise we miss an entry, potential entry. All right, it's not going to close above, but we'll wait the last 10 seconds because anything could happen, as we know. All right, so yep, we're not closing above. All right, I want to go down to the 1 minute and see. Yeah, because the 1 minute, it's going to trick you. The 1 minute's going to look like we're forming some nice structure. And yes, sometimes it will work. But you look at the 1 minute here thinking, right, we're closed pretty much above the bodies there. That to me is probably enough. You know, you say to yourself that if we create a low wick and looks like we just briefly popped up, we really zoom in there, you'd probably be tagged in. There is just too much noise. Yeah, to me, yes, it'd probably give you more options, but it's also going to lead to more losses as well. So it's not something I've ever bothered trading. It's not something I'm interested in looking at. The lowest I'll go down to is the 5 minute. I think that's low enough, to be honest, as far as a confirmation. Life's good. Hello to you. So waiting on the 5 minutes, close above this point. All right, so what we can do now is also look at the 30, seeing we're about to close the 30, the 15, and the 1 hour. So that would signify a pretty strong close in the 30 if you did close above that minor resistance. Let's look at the 1 hour now. All right, that would also look better because that would also suggest that the 1 hour is going to close weak bearish. So perhaps a lower wick on the new candle as it begins to break that resistance. Good chance we'll end up back at the high of that 1 hour. And obviously a 15 will have a long lower wick suggesting we've grabbed downside liquidity in order to push back up. So that would also be enough. You can see how I'm gathering confluence and creating the story of probability. Mark, we use tag and drag scenario. You want to avoid as much as you can the tag and drag. Have to dodge the tag and drag in Thailand a fair bit. All good. Know what to look out for. They're actually very nice people, honestly. Very funny as well. Literally just consulting right now, so patience. Give TikTok one more chance, but I'm just gonna end it if they drive me nuts again. I'm gonna put up with it. And just quickly, guys, if we could, once again, just hit that like button. Let's get the numbers up a bit. All right, we're trying here on gold, trying to pop up. So starting to look promising. Starting to look promising, team. Now the thing is, I don't want this thing to pump in the next minute and a half. But the 15, like I said, leaving a long low wick. 30 is going to close back strong bullish. The hourly is going to close back weak bearish. So all we need on the new candle is a bit of a low wick, and as it breaks the high of what is could be, it's not yet confirmed, but could be the catalyst. That is the point of entry. So let's stick to the 5 minute for now to ensure we have that confirmation. So what I suggest you guys do, what I'm doing just now, is keep an eye on what the highest point of the potential catalyst candle is on my broker's chart. Because what we're going to do is wait for the new candle to open up, creates low wick, and as soon as it does create a decent low wick, we're going to press buy stop. We're going to open a buy stop. Well, what I'm going to do anyway is open a buy stop at just above the high of the catalyst. So that's what I suggest you guys do just now. For me, the highest point is 51.94.66, so 51.94.95 could be a potential entry point. All right, guys, countdown is on. Oh, don't. And it has to leave an upward too. Oh man, please don't tell me it's not going to leave an upward. It's going to make it difficult, isn't it? You're kidding me. It's got no upper wick. Alright. Though, what we have done is pop straight up and now pop down. So that is kind of like the residual volume that was left over at the end of that candle. So looking at the 1 hour as well, I do believe this is still a potential option, guys. I believe if we flip and break our own high, that we could be in the money. So I'm going to line up a buy stop. 51.95.15 is nice. 51.95.45. With the stop back below, I have it below the entry candle, so it can be a pretty tight stop. And the target will be back at the high. Now, if this thing drops too far though, I'm just going to remove it and wait. So 95.45. And stop. No, I'm going to have it below the swing actually. It's a little bit too narrow, so I'm just going to adjust that. Yeah, I've just adjusted the stop loss. So we shall see. But again, if we drop much further, then I probably will remove it soon, guys. I don't like how this is retracing because we did not have an upper wick, and a lot of the time what follows with candles that don't have wicks, in this case the upside, is the next candle tends to dump and dump strong. Why I don't mind this one is though because this literally popped straight up, so it's like a split second. It's like that volume that was left over from this candle and then it rejected to create lower wick. Remembering we are open on the new hourly candle as well, so hence why we're perhaps pulling back a little bit further for the time being. Michael, you get a lot of that inside, especially parts here. You definitely do, my friend. TikTok, g'day guys, welcome. So not in the trade, and I'm likely gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna remove it shortly, to be honest. Yeah, we're dropping further. I'm gonna remove it, guys. I'm not, nah, I'm gonna wait and see how the 15 closes. And wait and see how the 15 closes now. If we can close back weak bearish, then I'd be happy to look for a buy again. Now what I'm seeing is we've now got a liquidity candle. So we went up to break the high at the very beginning of this candle, the previous candle. We're now breaking a low. So off the back of that, it's a high probability we'll continue bearish. So I just need to wait, and perhaps we can look for buys from back at 51.82, that sort of region. TikTok, welcome to you guys. Don't forget to like, follow, smash that screen for me, and please behave. I ended the stream yesterday very quickly because there were too many smartasses. But otherwise, join me on YouTube. It's much better. Niall, sorry, the chat shifted. I missed that. You're in buys from 51.86, break even. Nice one. All good. Hopefully you secured some profit. And welcome everyone else. If anyone has charts, questions, anything you'd like me to look at, feel free to pop that into the chat. Phil, good morning to you, mate. All right, so it's dropping. All good. So if you're following along, you should not be concerned because there was no entry, so you're not getting wrecked at the moment. But we still got margin above this point, so it still could be the point of entry, or we could perhaps, like I mentioned, find an entry lower down here. Quickly look at silver, see what's going on. All right, so silver, what's coming into play is that cluster 30-minute candle. And what I like about this as well is the fact that we have literally tapped back into that zone we had broken out of, retested it, and bounced off it. So if we did pull back to create a higher low, that could definitely be a destination we pull back to. So that's something to keep an eye on. If anyone is interested, silver cluster interruption entry on the M30, back at the high of that bearish candle. Mr. Jim Donnelly, good day to you, mate. RFI, good morning to you. Hope you're all. Let's quickly look at some of these potential swing setups. GJ looking fantastic. Want it to pop up a little bit higher. Actually, what I really like from GJ is for it to now create a 2 candle pullback and then tap into that level. Guys, you guys, my team know what that level signifies. And then come back and flip the structure. And that's my entry on GJ. But it is looking more and more probable at the minute. GA is still a little bit off, but looks like it could get there. EA is another one, keep me a bit of an eye on, but I want it to pop up back into that zone. You know, this is from yesterday. This is not a swing trade chart, so it's not at a level. All right, back to the gold. Had a really good session with the members yesterday for free NY, where we tested out the new 15-minute Asian range strategy and on GU, and the results were unreal. The results are really, really good. That's how unreal they were. Really good. So very impressive, to the point where I may even start training that, but only on GU. So interesting. Things are, you know, progressing. Took like all of a minute and we've already got one, guys, on TikTok. Anyway, goodbye to you. Goodbye, Mr. XAUUSD master. Supposedly you're a master. So what are you doing on my stream? Hopefully none of you guys are daft enough to actually fall for it. Please tell me you're not. What does the two bottom line white lines say? Lugavella. What they say, so if you're on the YouTube stream, you get the full screen, you'll see it says buys above. So if you follow my cursor, this one says sells below. Doesn't mean I just buy stop, buy limit, sell stop, buy stop, for instance. It's just areas of interest for me to get involved in potential trades. All right, so 15 is coming back up. I'm not going to take it if it flips, guys, because to me this candle is just very indecisive. But if it closes, for instance, like so, then for sure buy stop's going to be back in. Watch it flip. Lugavella, all good. So we need to patiently wait just over 5 minutes. But what we could do is now line up what we need to see to validate the potential buy. All right, so this lower wick, well, we have tapped into the most recent support. We don't need to tap back into this support because I've already done so. So if we close above the 0.382 but close back bearish, weak bearish, that suggests to me that this candle is what I call a liquidity candle. So it's grabbed downside liquidity, only to close back weak bearish. By leaving that long wick, if price was to begin to, well, first of all, create a low wick and begin to break above this candle's high into the clean traffic, there's a high chance of coming back up to the resistance at current day's high, back above that 5200 flat region. So I can now remove the FEB, and that is how I use the FEB. But we need to wait just under 5 minutes for that confirmation. And that is to be the case again, lower wick and then enter as it begins to break the high. So I would buy stop it. So what you need to do, what I'm doing just now, is once again tracking the high of the current candle, because the entry is going to have to be just above it if it does present, if it is valid. So my chart, that entry point is same as before, basically. So 51.95.45 would be the level I'd be looking at. 51.95.45. That is a few pips above the actual high of the current candle. So I'm not placing the order until I have the confirmation I want to see, and that's just paints the picture black and white, takes out the guesswork, takes out, you know, the emotions from trading, and makes it as robotic as you possibly can make it. Lugavella mistakenly bought with 0.4 instead of 0.4 yesterday and blew him account. Yeah, it sounds like it may have been trading on your phone as well, because that's the likely scenario when it will happen. It's harsh, and these mistakes happen. Yes, sorry to hear it too. Look, the good thing about, I suppose, I don't know where you're based, but here in Oz, we're so strict with the leverage. It's hard to do that because it just won't open the trade. You won't have enough margin. If you're gone, just say if I'm looking for a 2 lot and by mistake open a 20 lot, it won't let me do it. So I'll be safe by that. But those mistakes happen. They do happen. I remember doing those sort of mistakes many times, especially back when, you know, we had the 1 to 500 leverage at one point here in Oz. 600, yeah. Look, hopefully it's not something that you can't live without. You shouldn't be trading with money that you lose. That's the end of the world anyway. So, but yeah, it is bad to hear. I'm sorry to hear it too. Christy, I didn't blow my account, but I did go in with 7 lots and lost. Yeah, look, was that a mistake or is that plan? Looks like we're closing strong bearish here, so let's see. Still got time though, just over 2 minutes. Could anything could happen? Make sure I got the FEB in the right spot. It's not create a higher high, is it? Yeah, I do have it in the right spot. Ryan 2, what's the most you can leverage in Australia? 1 to 30. There is probably ways around it, to be honest, but 1 to 30 is fine. You don't need more. Just as soon as I enter, price went opposite direction. Yeah, it happens. Look, I hope you're following your plan and won't just jump in because you felt like rolling a dice. That's when you're gonna get wrecked. Lucavella was trading purely off profits, luckily. Oh, okay. Alright. So it's not all that bad. Eugene, do you think the daily low will test it or sells to 51.40 to create a wick possible today? It is possible. So I've got this level marked in for that reason. If price closed below 51.76, then I do believe that is on the cards. I do believe it's a chance of heading back down to the daily low if that is to be the case. Let's look at the 5 minute. All right. Oh. Yeah, so the next option, guys, could be the buys lower down again, or we are about to confirm the resistance now, so I can now draw in a minor resistance here. And now that becomes my potential point of entry if we close above, so long as we still have the margin to look for the buy. That's all good. Christy, as soon as I enter price went read that, sorry. Realized that bigger lot when I got stopped out. Oh, when you saw the bigger, would have been a bit of a shock. Nick, you're looking at buys? Yeah, so am I, mate. I'm looking at buy options, but don't have it valid just yet. Now, if anyone wants a quick counter trend sell, you'd be waiting for upper wick to form and looking to sell as it breaks low, but I'm not doing that. I'm looking for the buys from the current area. Not right where we are, but either back at the support or back above the most recent resistance. Christy, been using her shoulder strategy now, and it seems much better for me. I use order block for entry, stop loss is better. Fair enough. Yeah, hopefully it works for you. Jim, waiting game, see more info. Yeah, I agree. How shit was yesterday? Stream is just basically this all stream, just consolidation. Absolutely shit house. Consolidation. Yeah, this was yesterday's stream, just crap. Hopefully, it's like that today. Yeah, the head and shoulders pattern, to be honest, when it comes to these setups, the intraday slash swing trade, I kind of look for a similar sort of thing to happen. Go on, GJ, pop up a bit. But when it comes to scalping, I don't look at patterns as such. I just look at price action. These candles are my signals. What's my strategy and how do you look for buy and sell, please? I'm new here. It's just price action, pure price action at predetermined levels. I prefer to trade in line with the bias, and that is determined by looking at 4 different time frames to give me my overall picture, and it's telling me that we are bullish here on gold. My catalyst for to sell it would be once we have 15-minute structural flip below this point here, or potentially if we just create a double top. I would still consider that, even though it would be counter trend. But otherwise, what I look for at my levels of interest are my signals within price action. No signals, and the different ones. There's the bullish engulfing, there's the liquidity hammer, doji, whatever. There's many of those. All those sorts of candles could give me a potential entry. Other than that, there's the interruption entry, which is, I think we're the only one to trade it. It's a lot of people trade it just by watching this stream. And that is something that occurs usually within the range, but also occur at the bottom of the range like it did here. But again, you just need to watch and you'll pick up on things as I go along. Extremely disciplined trader, so I don't force a trade. I don't take a trade for the sake of a stream. I'm happy to sit all stream and not take a trade if it doesn't present. Had some really good results. I mean, on stream, off stream, with my group, some of the guys are absolutely killing it. It's all about just training the plan and rules. Look at Bella, did I catch a buy yesterday? I did catch one buy yesterday for a win. Ryan soon, got my profits blew off that sell yesterday. Back profit now, so it could be worse. Oh, that's all right. Hope gold will go up more. Well, I'm looking for buys, but at the moment it's heading back down potentially to support. Yared AU. AU, wow, that would have been a clean trade as well for a longer term swing. AU, it's made a big push, my friend. AU is, I mean, in the top third of the range of a high time frame range. The options here for me would be just to simply wait for it to pull back, and I would probably choose a level a little bit deeper than this support. You've missed the best part of the move, so I just literally wait for a pullback. That's all I'd be waiting for. Literally, that's all I'd be doing. Otherwise, I'd be looking to sell the resistance at some point, but doesn't look great, to be honest. Very bullish, that's a good thing. It's just a slow trickle upwards. Seize the day, morning. 51.22, good for entry. Buys 51.22. Price is a distance off it. I won't worry so much about it for the time being, but yes, it is. Definitely is, but you're far off it. Garrett JU. I didn't look at it before. Similar to AU, it's just slow trickle up above the current day's high. You're running into resistance. It's broken the Asian range high. It's popping back below it. It's a good chance it's going to pull back further. Tapped into the interruption counters and made the move. That would have worked. Tapped into one here, made the move, would have worked. Unbelievable. Tapped into one here, would have worked. Interruption, guys, is it's unreal. Most of you who watch me regularly should know it by now, and you should be trading it by yourself, or if you choose to. It would have worked every single time here on GU for free trades. It's the same on GU, mate. I'll just be waiting for it to pull back. Nothing more. It's just a choppy move up. You've missed the most of the move, so too late, in my opinion, if you're going to chase it. You're best to wait for it to pull back down, form support, and then buy it. So let me see something just quickly. No, I would have had a loss yesterday. Gee, to my team, the losses all happen literally 2 or 3 candles after the Frankfurt Open. So you know what to avoid with that new strategy. You know definitely what to avoid. So like I said, you need to be at least an hour into London Open, and then they're pretty much all wins. I think it was like 1, which wouldn't have won out of 20. Crazy. All right, gold, we're coming back down. Good. Not a problem at all, to be honest. Next, March being gold is worst month. Could this be setting up for a big sell? Is it really? I'm not sure. Look, possibly, who knows? I'm not going to predict that because we are still bullish. So to me, I just trade the trend. But I mean, possibly could happen. Who knows? Christy, all good? Jared, can you please explain interruption, not interruption? Interruption. So mate, you're on the stream always, you should know by now what the interruption entry is. It's the pause within the move. This is what I call the cluster interruption, but maybe you guys won't really understand that one. My team do. This is the interruption. Look at that. That happened today. And one of my guys took it, and look at it. Look at that. So you got, first of all, you got a bullish candle, could be whatever. You could look for it to downside. You got a candle in between that closes in the opposite direction, then you engulf it. And then you look to buy limit the high of that bearish candle. Now, the probabilities on it are phenomenal. Rough eye, because I didn't like the area, to be honest. Like the margin, not a great deal of margin. And I'm more focused on the buys. We're very bullish here on gold. So I'd rather avoid the sells and wait to see if price comes back down. I don't think it would have been the cleanest though, to be honest. I probably would have been stopped out at break even had I taken it. 5 minute drops, pulls back. This one drop, pull back. Yeah, I don't think I would have secured much profit, if anything. So that's why my plan is to look for buys, whether it be from here or above that level, and sells are below the support here with 15-minute confirmation of the structure flipping or a double top. All good, mate. TikTok also, if you guys don't forget, at some point jump across the YouTube stream. You get full screen. It's the exact same profile name. You cannot miss it. I'm streaming live on YouTube. Farid, thank you for the sticker, appreciate it. Yeah, because there is a good chance I'll get banned. I mean, I've been getting warnings for the past 2 weeks, so don't see me, you know where to find me. Brian soon. First time being here, man. You only trade gold? Yep. Gold and silver, but silver sparingly. Silver's more for one particular entry, the interruption entry, or for an intraday slash mini swing trade. I prefer silver. The silver I look more at levels, but scalping wise more so, yeah, just gold basically. Getting back into the intraday slash swing side of things though. That's why you were on YouTube, you see all these pairs to the left here. Right, sorry. Jesus. Mac Gaming Live 5145. No idea, nor do I care. I don't trade fair value gaps, mate, so good luck to you if you do. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't do it, so of no interest to me, and we're so far off it, so why do I worry about it either way? Then gold and silver are on two completely different paths today. They are. Yeah, silver's been pumping, hasn't it? I mean, they do look similar, but silver's sustained the move, whereas gold's been a little bit all over the shop. I mean, fairness, they do look pretty much the same. Silver's moved a little bit more though, by the looks of it. Yeah, I think $100 is back on the cards shortly here on silver. Ooh. It's gold with now tapped in. And look at the bounce off that level. Okay, interesting, guys. Can we find an entry here? All right, so my catalyst would be the 5-minute engulfing. The simple rule. Why? It's because it's going to close the 15 back bullish after tapping back into that zone again. So it's obviously we're triggering in a lot of buy pressure from that level. We've tapped in multiple times. We could, for the second time, be leaving a long lower wick. If we do close above that 5-minute, that engulfing, if we engulf, then we're likely going to be above this support as well and above this resistance here to the left. So if there is to be a trade in just under 2 minutes time, price, and again, simple rule, takes out the emotion, this has to close above this bearish counter time, and it could do it. So keep an eye on it, guys. What you will need is low wick, or what I'm going to look for is low wick on the falling candle, and look to enter as it breaks the high of what will be the catalyst candle. So keep an eye on it, guys. We've got just over 1.5 minutes. So yet again, focus on the highest point of this candle, and first things first, it needs to close above that point there. Now, it could be, yeah, you don't have a great deal of margin. I understand that, but I still might take it knowing that trade a decent low wick. I can manage to trade quite easily based off that lower wick, and that point there would give me likely a 1-to-1 to that resistance. If we have the volume momentum, we may push through it. So we've got just under a minute, guys. I have to close above this horizontal. 5-minute has to close engulfing, and then I'll be looking for an entry. So the high, focus on the high on your broker's chart. It could be really quick, guys. 51.89 audios, 51.89, 78 potentially. All right, creating a high here. All right, let's see. High is now 51.89, 68. So 51.90 could be a potential. Could be a potential entry point. Low wick. All right, 51.90. Got a buy stop. Stop is back below. And what I will do is we'll look to manage the trade. So just using the fact that we've bounced into that level multiple times. All right, so we're in. All right, it's pulling back a bit further. Let's see. Ooh. Hit the like button. Great free content. Yep, Jim, that would be much appreciated if you guys could do that. YouTube, you place buy there, it's clear space. Yes, I have, Harvey. So I may wait for 5-minute candle closes to manage the trade, guys. Starts to pull back too far, then I'm gonna have to look to manage the trade. So I'm currently in about 11 pip drawdown. So if you're not in, it looks really good for break zone high again. Oof, dropping a bit. Alright, I'm likely gonna cut. This thing keeps, yeah, it's not looking great the way it's rejecting just now. We've got a lot of them bounce up and just dump straight through. It could, looks like it's trying to dump. Bit hesitant to manage it so early though because of what happened recently. It looks like I probably should, to be honest. Alright, I might cut half. Yeah, I'm going to cut half in about 26 pip drawdown. Just to manage the trade. And we'll see. No, that's half year. It's because that's just the level of interest. Vortex, yes, currently in drawdown on a trade here. So we'll see the 5 minutes closed. Oh, it's not closed yet, sorry. Yeah, so that is, you could manage it based off the 5 minute closures as well. So if you want to be strict about it, you could cut even another half at the 5 minute close. Yo, you're in a sell. Well, you're looking good, to be honest, at the minute. Let's see. Alright, so 5 closed back bearish. You stay for bulls for now, the diesel. Yeah, we'll see. See if it can flip here and break above. It's a new M30 as well. If it breaks lower the previous count, I'll probably just cut the whole thing. On the 5 minute I'm talking about. And that would just be a way of managing the trade, so it's not a significant loss. Oof, yeah. Yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna close it. Cut it. Cut the rest at about minus 31, I think it was, roughly. Is it just as it broke? So keep those losses small. It's better, in my opinion, better off doing that. 15, not working today, so all good. Believe it's well managed. I mean, there could be possible entries if it flips and breaks its own high again, but you know, in terms of breaks, can't all be wins, and turns out that the last 2 trades in stream have been losses after not losing for the first pretty much 2 months. Didn't take a loss up until last week. And it turns out taking another one. So all good. It is what it is. To me, it wasn't a bad trade. I think it was worth the risk, and I believe I managed it quite well. So to get out a bit early and not hold in hope, because I had reasons to start managing the trade here on the 5-minute in particular, I think it was a good decision to exit the trade at that point there. So a loss, and that's how cookie crumbles today. But we'll stick around, we'll see what happens. Puts a dent into the win percent rate. That's for sure. Maybe back below 80 now. All right, since the entirety of the stream, 146 wins and now 37 losses. Did I not say it, guys? I had not taken a loss all year. I said it when it comes, I'll probably take 2 or 3 in a row. So yes, back below, just back below 80. I mean, 9.78. All right, all good. It has been updated. All right, what's going on? YouTube, not much volume? Nah, it's lackluster at the minute. So again, we could come down further. So a little bit of a recap why I took that trade is because we did tap in multiple times now. Last time we tapped in, we bounced off it. So again, suggest for grabbing downside liquidity in order to make the move up. 5 closed bullish engulfing, closed to 15, back bullish. To me, that was a pretty strong catalyst. The entry, though, should have been above that bullish counter high, would have been spared the loss. That is what it is. It is what it is. Lesson learned. In this case, again, the entry had to be above the counter high and would have been spared, but all good. Still happy with the management either way. It ends up being a very insignificant loss in the end. The wins definitely outweigh the losses of late, which is good. That's very important as well when you're trading. Googles, I'm still holding. Fair enough. I wish you guys well. I hope it flips. It's just how I go about it. Ryan soon. Yep, still a very good win ratio. The giggles, that's possibly, again, it's just the way I go about it, because I like to keep my losses small. I think I've shown that on stream, because then I don't need to hit home runs. I like to also take profits off the table, you know, 30, 20, 30, 40 pips in at times as well. So by doing so, I don't have to worry so much about, you know, if I manage it in loss, I don't need a massive win to make it up. So by keeping those losses small and having a good win rate, and of late the wins have been bigger too. So to me, that's just how I go about it. Brian Toon is chilling around 68% right now. That's still a really good win rate, mate. And it all comes down to management. Google's flying, sir. It's all over the shop at the minute. So there's a bit of volume, but it's a little bit indecisive. So about to close to 15 again. Now, if this closed weak bearish, then you could look for an entry as it broke this counter high. So let's quickly use the FEB, because I do believe if we leave a long low wick again, there is a high chance we're just going to bounce off it and make the move. So let's use the FEB. And for it to be valid, it needs to close above this level here. So let's see. Some Moscow on lens. Last trade closed bit analysis didn't feel, yeah. No, last trade was a win in the end, wasn't it? Sunboss Gold Lens. Yeah, I mean, it could still work out, but again, it's just the way I go about it. So all good. You need to accept sometimes you're going to take losses. I'm not at all bothered by it. It's an insignificant loss, to be honest, a very small loss. So we'll see. There could be a re-entry. I had reason to cut it, and again, based off what I was seeing on the 5-minute, I really didn't like what I was seeing, so that's fair enough. I could create a high low now on the 5-minute and flip back bullish. I accept it. All good. Like for it to happen shortly though, and end up closing above this point for a potential retake at it. So I don't look at the 1 minute. All right, doesn't look like it's gonna present here. So we're doing a silver. No, it's not tapped in. Someone's golden lens, nice one, sir. Yeah, it's a little bit indecisive at the minute on gold here. All right, so the 15 is closed, strong bearish. Yeah, so there's no re-entry, not in the minute. So we have to wait and see for London open now. So we're holding for stop loss profit, that's all right. That's totally fair enough. That's a way of managing a trade. Having a stop loss is trade management. So if you just accept that it's could take you out full stop loss, that's fine. But by keeping that loss small, I'm still well and truly up for the week. Guys, YouTube, if you could quickly hit that like button. Apologies, not all of them can be winners, but all good. Yeah, so had I kept the trade open, I'd be what? How much drawdown just now? What was the entry? Be about 50 pip drawdown, I think, roughly. Eugene, when you look at the daily, is it creating support to make the push tomorrow? And do you believe gold will take out the high before the month counter close? Take out the all-time high? I can't tell you that, mate. No idea. The daily, yeah, potentially. Potentially, we have tapped into that resistance, and now we could be performing, well, the support. So, or forming the support. If it breaks above that counter high to 52.51, then I do believe the all-time high is back in play. But I'm not going to say that's what it's going to do, because no one knows until it actually happens. So yes, if the daily closes strong bullish, then it could come into play. Dean, that trade brings me 72.2% win rate this year. Nice one, mate. We're going to pop up now. So all good. And I hope those who are in it, I hope it smashes through to TP. We should all just be supporting each other. That's what we should be doing. God Samurai, yes. The Googles, I have full trust in my trades, but also have a way of managing my trades. And there's reason for it again. And this is still well in drawdown if you are in it, so don't count your chickens before it hatches, my friend. Just be humble and wait. God Samurai, me too, nice one. Robert, wait now, yep, that's what I'm doing. Google's true. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I hope for you guys that it makes the move. I'm not like that. I'm not, you know, I'm not jealous. I don't get emotional or pissed off. You know, if I chose to cut it, I chose to cut it. That's the way I go about it. So, but yeah, I want you guys to do well. So if you're holding it, let's see, hopefully it bursts straight through. Just give us 1 sec, guys. God Samurai, yeah, it took 1 attempt at a buy and decided to exit the trade. I didn't like what I was seeing. But there could be a re-entry, but need to really wait for session open here. Ryan Soon, what's your main strategy as far as your gold trading goes, man? Price action, mate, at predetermined levels. So to me, I had a bit of a signal there based off the rejection of that zone, closing back bullish. We had a 5-minute engulfing candle, but what I needed to do was wait for it to break the 15 high, and that's what I normally would do, but I chose to go in a little bit early on this one, and that would have spared me a loss. But again, it is what it is. So Muhammad Ali, the man lives. Breaks 92, we'll fly and break down 78%, go sell. Robert, I think we'll drop down soon. Who knows, possibly. God Saramari, you're in longs at the moment. Okay, I wish you the best of luck. Oh wait, don't enter. Not entering anything. I'm following my own analysis and plan either way, so it's all good. Ryan soon looking for an entry on a pullback somewhere like 51.60. Just got to see what price wants to do, to be honest. Yeah, that's fair enough as well. It's a bit of a waiting game at the minute. Looped. Your buy was at 51.85. What do I think? Looks like we could come back down to the support, so just be careful. I probably would have been out at break even. If I was you, you would have had decent profit on the table. You need to have a plan, my friend, but look, as long as it respects this support, you should be good, but you're going to be stuck through some drawdown. So be wary of that. And again, it's pushed, dropped further to the downside here, so I would have been sat now in about a 60 pip drawdown and I kept it open. So yeah, I think I'm more than happy with the trade management on this one. Again, if I have queues, guys, I don't just hold in hope. If I've got queues to manage it, I do. I don't worry. I don't think about, but what if it flips and it goes my way? Because yes, sometimes that happens. But a lot of the time, those queues are there to stop me and protect my capital and stop me from taking a full loss. Because a lot of the time when those queues are met, it ends up being a deeper loss or a bigger loss if I did not manage it. So that's why I choose to manage it the way I do. And there you go. So now it'd be pretty much at the stop loss. Yep, it would have broken the full stop loss. All right. The good thing is we maybe have a new entry point where price needs to now close above. Robert, I break. Are you looking to sell? If break, are you looking to sell? No, I want to close below support. Wow, look at it dump now. So goes to again, just proves why in the end I took myself out of position when I did. Thoughts? Am I looking for buys? Yeah, as long as we're above this zone, I prefer buys, but I mean, don't really have a catalyst. This what's silver doing? Could be not. Silver's it's not moving at the minute. I hope it could come back down to the 30-minute plus the interruption here, but it's not doing a thing. Alright guys, YouTube, hit a like button, TikTok, jump across to YouTube, look me up, exact same profile name, you cannot miss it. Make sure to show some support, guys. I don't ask for anything from any of you, I just ask you to watch the stream, enjoy, let's chill together. So at some point, TikTok, jump across to YouTube stream, make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch me on YouTube, because a lot of time, there's a good chance I will get banned. I've been banned before. God Samurai, thank you for that sticker whenever you sent it. And I've been getting warnings left, right, and center from TikTok again. Max took a buy in EU and it reversed. Managed it similarly. Tongue twister for me. I got problems with pronunciation, as you can probably tell by now. So it got similar to the gold trade. What was the pair again? EU. Oh, okay. Here, I'm assuming a while ago, or here. What was it? Wait a minute. Is EU at a sell level on the daily? Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. EU to my team. Keeping a bit of an eye on EU right now. Not ready. It's definitely not ready just yet. There is no catalyst for me, but maybe it's beginning to form a potential sign, the potential signs of a catalyst. All right, gold bouncing again off that zone, so it is strong. We're holding that zone.
I just.
Okay, mate. What's going on?
Okay, I'm fine.
All right, mate. All right. Just watching gold before session open.
Okay, it's 3 minutes.
Yep.
Actually, about you, the early candle is looking like it's going to close engulfing.
Yep.
So I think that is
Interruption here. It's tagged in.
Yeah.
Yep. Could be a bit of a sell-off. That's what I'd be looking for in EU.
I think you got a get an entry earlier on NZD, USD. It did work really well. So
It did, or did you say it worked well, or did it?
Yeah, on the early. I took it on the early.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, that's nice. Interruption. Even had one here that worked as well. So NZ, NU.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did have one earlier also a little bit lower on the, I think it was on the M15, I think. M30 or M15, like M30. So there was a lot of, yeah, this one, yeah, that.
Yeah. Nice one, mate. Good work, well done.
Thanks. It's very slow to move, but it holds the structure very well. So.
Missed the option on this pair for a intraday slash swing. Too late to the party. But yeah, I can see that pretty much presented an entry there for a longer term trade. But just quickly back to gold because we're at session open. And there would be no re-entry for me at the minute. We're just now consolidating near the support here on the 5. Yeah, there's not much I can do with gold at the minute. Wow, look at gold now. It's typical. There is no way I can take that. There's no low wick. It's market over volatility. This thing could end up coming right back down. You really don't know. Yes. Who the hell is that? Shalom Malat. Did you enter? Not now, no. Before, yes. What? London opening? Yeah. Wow. Thank God you helped. Well, you were in some significant drawdown, mate, and that's why I cut it, because it would have taken my stop loss out. So at least you can understand and see like the whole point of me managing my trades, why I do it. So if you chose to hold, that's fine, no problem. I wish you luck. Again, I'm not an evil person who thinks, you know, I hope that it friggin' shits the bed and you get taken out. I'm not like that. But again, I have reason as to why I manage it, and the pumps are pumps. So be back at the entry. Got your logic. Appreciate it. All good. And yeah, appreciate your support. And again, for your sake, I hope it pumps. I really do. And hopefully it gives us another way to get involved. But off at the minute. Buy looking GJ buys previous M15 candle, but it was good decision. Previous M15. You mean as it broke above? I mean, yeah, price action wise, but it's got no low wick. Clean candles for sure. Fantastic. Thank you for mentioning that, because now I can see I've seen GJ's tapped into levels, so I can start to plan for maybe sells. Longer term play on GJ, but not now. It's nowhere near valid. But it's done what I wanted to do prior, and this is all covered in the new course to my team. In the new course that I'm putting together, this is all covered. So the good thing is we've tapped into that point. Now I can start to wait for price action candles, which may present today, may present soon, may present in a few hours time, it might present overnight my time and I can't get involved, it might present tomorrow. I have no idea, but at least we've ticked off the first main box, which is fantastic to see. DJ's right at the top of the list now for the intraday / swing trade. Franco managing trade was being trade as being in profit. Well done, mate. It's good as being profit. Yeah, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Looped, what's your prediction? Gold London. No prediction. I react to what I see. So I want to be above this recent resistance. Tap into it, rejecting again. So that is now a potential entry point on a close above. Let me see in 5 minutes if there is anything. It's all the same. It needs to be above that point. Big bang Ellings. So I'll do. Fine, that's it. Not doing anything at the minute. But man, appreciate it. Yep, give it a like. Squeeze the duck. Nice one, man. Nice to have you. Welcome to you from Kenya. Welcome from Melbourne. AJ Longs, Muhammad Ali, today Eurozone CPI data will release soon and will affect US dollar. Eurozone CPI data. When is that scheduled? Yeah, I don't think it's for Germany or France though. I mean, the Eurozone, so it should include the whole thing, but I mean, that should be red folder, and that's later. I won't worry too much about it for trading gold. If there. Risky, but I understand it because the logic behind it is the fact that you've tapped back into range below and rejected, leaving a long, low wick. So the only thing is this, yeah, that wick that you've mentioned there, but the back of the momentum, I suppose you could look to take it because you've remained above that zone, you've tapped into the range below, you respected it. I think it's close back bullish. But it's similar to what I was looking at gold, but I mean the issue is that sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. But in this case, what I like more about it is that it literally pulled into the range below, as gold obviously didn't do that. I think this one was an even better entry. So yeah, maybe journal it, keep an eye on it, and that's something perhaps you could look to take. Right now we're just consolidating, guys, not much. Again, shit ass session again, it's the same as yesterday, just pure trash. Look at that silver, Jesus. Shit house. Charles, shit house. Luke, what's my opinion on GJ? Well, GJ I do differently. GJ, I'm looking for some longer term sells from the current level. It's not ready just yet, but that's what I'm looking at. Scalp wise, it's broken above a resistance. You're into some clean traffic, but it's rejecting just now. So what you want to see is for it to reset. You may have an interruption play somewhere. No, it's been tapped into. Yeah, so perhaps the Asian range high. See how price reacts to it now. If it pulls back and forms a support above it, would look for a buy off the back of that. But in all honesty, what I'd like to see is for this candle to actually pull back up and close strong bullish and continue the initial impulse up, then pull back. And then you're playing within clean traffic again created above the resistance on the way up. So like so. And then you obviously look for your catalyst. Bullish engulfing, for instance. And there's your entry, potentially. Gold, come on. Do something. Ugh. Over 6 minutes go. Well, Brian, 6 minutes. Let's see. Go German 40 again. Yeah, that's crazy. Look at where it literally tapped into the hyper resistance. Not been any more spot on. Yeah, so once again, guys, for there to be an entry now, we need this to close strong. Same scenario, has to close minimum above the bodies that are candles here to the left, minimum. Joey, gold's been moving sort of weird today. It's not been doing much again, similar to yesterday. The big move was at Shanghai Open. Same thing today. So the Chinese markets. And after that, it's just done nothing. Exact same thing today. Did the same thing yesterday. This was that exact same candle yesterday. Opposite direction though. And after that, really didn't do much. Not until NY Open again. Exact same story so far. So London session yet again is turning into just absolute crap. Absolute shit. So many weeks in indecision. Yeah, there is a heap of them. Lucky you must be a multimillionaire. Harley, mate. Harley multimillionaire. Nah, my course doesn't sell as much as what's that name? A guy, the dude who got exposed, Justin Wilder, something like that. Nor do I charge like Roger Banks or any of those guys who charge a fortune. So my account isn't that big, but I make money. Justin Wilder, yeah, that guy. Crazy, isn't it? My account's not big enough to be a millionaire. It will eventually. Let's see. We're starting to push. Starting to push, guys. Could have a valid entry again here. All right, so the same thing applies. We want to close, as I mentioned, at least above the bodies. We need a decent low wick, and then we can look for the entry. Don't want to reject just here though. No, I was trying to say I was joking about it. Bullshit, mate. I know so much about all that crap. You know, being in the industry, I've been approached by brokers, broker after broker. I've seen it all. I know that brokers can make trades disappear. I know that for a fact. So one of the big players that all of you probably know of is prone to doing that. So he just deletes any, he's got it with the broker, an agreement, he owns the broker, part owner. They just delete any big loss for him. And he makes an absolute fortune. $200 a month, I think he charges for his group. So I've seen it all. I know you can get access to a 100K account that's supposed to, it's a fake account, it's a demo, but they make it like it will literally say on the screen live account. Like for instance there it says live account. I'm not trying 0.01, don't worry guys, that's, I'm not using MagicKeys. That's just what that particular term was set on. Yeah, so it will say live on it, but it's not live. I've been approached by those sort of brokers to promote them. But like I said yesterday, I'm not going to promote something that I know they're, you know, pulling dodgies, because that's the last thing I want to do, because then they can pull dodgy on you. They can pull dodgy on me as well. It's not worth it. All right, gold has rejected. So we're still not, nothing going on. It's shit ass. Silver, same shit. Nothing going on. So we're just nothing. A lot of nothing. And a lot of the time too, guys, a lot of the, so the SCAM word, that triggers the bot on TikTok, so I can't say it. But someone came on stream yesterday and claimed that I am one of those, which I am most certainly not. The ones that do, the ones that have a YouTube channel, whatever, or even TikTok, and they don't trade live, all they do is show big wins, and if you join my group, this is the return you can make, and blah blah blah, and everyone falls for it, as you do. I fell for it. I fell for it when I first started trading. $250 a month it cost me, and that's US or Aussie dollar. Can't remember what it was at that point though, the conversion rate. So I fell for it. Yeah, everyone falls for it, and then they get big followings. They get people watching their videos. They make money that way. I make stuff all from videos. I make literally nothing, maybe 1 or 2 cents, literally. And then they get people who pay $200 plus a month to join the group, which is baby pips, literally baby pips. And all I do is call maybe 1 or 2 trades. I'm constantly involved with my team, always sending messages into the chat. Are we looking at this potential entry here? There's this, that. Swing trade sections, that's huge. It's going to be big. I'm really looking forward to developing that more. And yeah, and I charge 1/10 of the price all those people charge. And I have a course which I put together myself, unlike these guys. Dean, I would trust a person that is unprofitable before I trust someone that has ever traded live. Yeah, well, I did the same thing. just because I saw on YouTube some videos. I go, fuck, this guy's killing it. He's making millions. He's probably, I literally don't know at the time he'd hired the Ferrari and private jet and all that crap. I fell for it. I had no idea what Forex trading and that was at the time. And I fell for it. And I felt so pissed off after it, to be honest. So the best way, it's best thing to do is learn to trade for yourself. That's the best thing. How long have I been trading for? Ryan soon? Since 2017. So 9th year. Deep Punk is the entry taken. There was an entry taken. It was a loss on gold. I did manage the trade though in drawdown, so it was a small loss. Boss Golden Lens. Core sellers don't like going live. No, I know they don't. Why should they? Probably all have the exact same course as well. In fact, a lot of them have the exact same signals. I know that for a fact because again, I was like my first group I joined, the one I paid 250 bucks a month. There was someone who was in multiple groups and he quickly found out they had the exact same signals. So someone's pulling dodgies. Punk, I just said, no, right now there isn't, but there was an entry taken and it was a loss. It's up there on the screen for you, mate. It says, just look, it says gold L, means gold loss. You're saying because you don't join the right time. So I always say patience, 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 patience. Don't know when it will present or if it will present, but when it does present, I look for an entry. And you obviously have missed, what's that, 146 and 37 put together is 183. So 183 trades on the live stream since the entirety of them. 146 wins and 37 losses. And actually 18 break-evens to throw that in, so there's more than 183 trades. 201 trades. And gold is pumping, so nice one. If you guys are in it, those who hold it, I'm happy for you. But I'm also happy how I managed the original position as well, so it's all good. And now it is off to the races. Typical. All right, well, that's it. Ain't much I can do. 30-minute bullish engulfing. Got that resistance. I mean, so the plan now, I would probably look to see how price reacts to this next level. And I would prefer it to trigger in some sell pressure, whether it be on the 15 or the 5, minimum the 5, close bearish, close back above. That could be a potential entry. But the minute, I can't take that. That's just way too impulsive for me. Could have easily come crashing back down like every other 5-minute candle prior to it did. So well done to anyone who is though in buys. Good luck to you. And that's what I'd be looking at though moving forward. Otherwise, if it does pull back again, buys from lower down and sells from up at the resistance. But anyway, all good. Nonetheless, well managed trades today, so live to see another day and still in the positive for the week. Guys, thank you for your support. To my team, I'll see you guys in maybe an hour or so from now. I'll keep you guys posted, and again, I've got some exciting updates to show you guys, so I'm looking forward to that. Otherwise, team, trade safe, don't do anything stupid. Good luck for the rest of the day, and I'll catch you tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you for the support. Cheers guys, bye.